Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy Monday morning to you. Hopefully, you're doing well on this great Monday morning, coming off what I assume and what I hope was certainly a good weekend for you, hanging out with friends and family, and also getting to enjoy your sports. Lots of good sports in action these days. We obviously got MLB. It's obviously come up on its All-Star break, but MLB's, was cranking along this weekend. You had the NASCAR race, which was a pretty good race up until the rain, came and halted that race. Wimbledon's in action, Tour de France. Lots of good things just to sit back, enjoy, and maybe even put a little bit money on and see if you can't make some money as well. Hey, let's make sure we, of course, recap last week. Let's see how the week unfolded for us here on Winning Bets. And then let's get into this week's action, where we do got Wimbledon still going on this week, where we've actually got the action going on today. Actually got it up here on the TV right now, where Djokovic actually just gets through her Kaz in 4 sets right now. It looked like maybe it was going to be a little bit of a match. This was a carryover from yesterday, whereas play got suspended due to darkness and the curfew that they have there in London. And Djokovic picks up the win, obviously, earlier on this morning. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll also talk about Home Run Derby, All-Star Game on Tuesday, Home Run Derby tonight, obviously at T-Mobile Park there in Seattle. So we'll talk about that. First, let's go ahead and throw that recap up, though, from last week, where we get to sit here and ring the cash register, because we went 28 and 23 last week, and plus 5.37 units. Love to see that right there. Profitable week, plus 5.37 units. We'll ring that sucker again. Now, year to date, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, and plus 7.45 units on the year. Love to see that right there. Arbitrage. Arbitrage is the one thing that we've kind of talked about it now a couple weeks. I wish we were still making money and adding to it. But unfortunately, personally, I've been limited on DraftKings, where the majority of the boosts come from and give you an opportunity. But the reason I wish we could still track it per se, and it was still just because I know that this would be well over $1,000. I mean, halfway into the year, we were up over $600 of free money. Just putting free money in your pocket. If you're not limited, you're still, hell, you're probably up over $800, I would guess, year to date on arbitrage. But for those that maybe have been limited, we're up to over $680 year to date, putting free money, sweat-free cash in your pocket. Let's talk about some of those good wins from last week, and started off with a UFC win that we, of course, got from Tyler, who's now 3-0, giving us UFC picks. Remember, he gave us a same-game parlay on the first one at minus 125 odds. That one cashed. A couple weeks ago, he gave us a over-under on a rounds prop at minus 110. That one cashed easily. And then now he's given us 3 picks and 3 easy cashes. We had a 3-1 dog there on Saturday night. He comes through, getting us the big cash up over Whitaker. So love to see that right there. Thank you, Tyler. I know everybody appreciates that. Everybody appreciates the time you put into it. And you came through on a 3-1 dog. My man, love to see that right there. So thank you. Thank you so much again right there. We also had the cash cow come through for us. Of course, the cash cow came through for us. It's, of course, Zach Greinke, and it's, of course, under 1.5 walks. He took on the Minnesota Twins there on midweek and did what he did. And I actually double dipped on the live over under 0.5 walks. He didn't walk anybody in the first inning. That's all it comes. After that, he ain't going to walk anybody. So it was a fun afternoon there with Zach Greinke. Just been absolute gem to us this MLB season. Love to see that right there. Did a really good job last week on outs props, going 4-1. Probably most notably, you had the Sandoval one. That was a great cash right there, a little bit easier to predict. Also, his teammate Griffin Canning on Friday. That was an easy one to predict. You knew that bullpen was just set up really good with the off day Thursday. They were the only team that didn't play on Sunday, with the Dodgers. So just an easy series to be able to predict. So loved going 4-1 on the pitcher out props. Did we go last week? Alcantara under 5.5 Ks against the Philadelphia Phillies. Good plus money cash. Just too much hitter familiarity. Too great of a hit rate in terms of this season. Hit rate against the head-to-head opponent. Too much. Can't give us that prop there at plus money. We got a good cash there at plus 110. And then Kikuchi there on Saturday afternoon taking on the White Sox. White Sox too strong against left-handed pitching. Even the doubleheader couldn't even ruin that bet, as Kikuchi still can't go more than 5 innings. He does what he does. Gives you a good 5 innings, but gets rocked in the process. White Sox send him packing. That's a good cash right there. Cubs and Brewers, Nerfy. We had a great time hanging out here on YouTube, cash and a Nerfy. 6 outs to glory relatively sweat-free on cashing that nerfy between the Cubs and Brewers. On Friday, we had a great nerfy parlay. We plucked out 3 teams in the Athletics, Pirates, and Angels to all not score in the first inning at a good plus money cash, and those 3 teams cooperated and came through for us. So you love to see that right there. Maybe relatively sweat-free, but man, it's always sweat when you can always just one pitch away from ruining a bet. So love to see that right there. Braves taking on the Rays. Name recognition that looked like relatively a tough series, but when you start digging into the research and you see it, and you see the better offense, you see the better bullpen, starter-wise, don't really care because I'm getting the better offense, getting the better bullpen. I'll take the plus money cash on Friday night, and then I'll come back on Saturday and hit the F5 team total up against Bradley, and they absolutely rocked him and got a good cash there in the 4th inning as they pick up a few runs. Love that right there. Overall, though, last week was good to us more times than not. Tuesday to Saturday, 5 straight days we hit a winning streak. That's right, picking up cash on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 5 days we got to ring that cash register. And boy, it felt good ringing it every single day with you guys. So love to see that right there. What were some of those tough losses, though, from last week? How about the rain at Wimbledon? Ruined money line plays, ruined the overs, whether it was over on the games or maybe over on 3-5 sets. The rain has really wreaked havoc on Wimbledon, and what is supposed to be a Sunday off day at Wimbledon was not the case yesterday. As if you've been following along in the tournament, they had plenty of matches to try and squeeze in yesterday. Traditionally an off day, but that's how much rain we've had at Wimbledon. Yeah, it certainly messed us up as well. Manarino, he wasn't impacted by rain. He was going up against Medvedev. Thought there was a great opportunity for him to certainly cover the game spread, but maybe even knock off him and get a good plus 350 cash on the money line. It wasn't meant to be as he went down in straight sets, and Medvedev, just give him credit. Medvedev was the better player on the 2 days because that one spanned 2 days because, of course, the rain delay. So that one right there. What about Perez under 6.5 Ks? He gets 7 Ks. And we lose that one on the hook. And Paxton under 6.5 Ks, just couldn't quite come through for us right there. What about Pittsburgh and Arizona under 8.5 Ks? That's just a good old boy sports betting loss. And sometimes you like to put those in there because some of the losses are like bad beats. They can be heartbreakers. And sometimes they can just be good old sports betting loss. You handicap it, you research it, and sometimes it just doesn't play out. Under 8.5 in Pirates Diamondbacks was that case as there was 10 runs scored in that game. And then what about Sunday? Just going 0-2. Just one of those days where you mentioned a great week. You mentioned 5 straight profitable days. Sunday just wasn't our day. Rangers going up against Patrick Corbin. Boy, they had lots of advantage in that game. Dane Dunning, the starter for the Rangers, was on one hell of a roll. Almost win a complete game. 2 starts ago, going 8.2 innings pitched, backed it up with another nice start against the Red Sox. He had a little bit of a clunker. The Rangers couldn't get to Patrick Corbin, and then the bullpen advantages never really played out as the Rangers couldn't add runs late into that game. And then the White Sox on the F5 team total, going against the left-hander and Steven Matz. It worked on Friday with Kikuchi. It just didn't quite unfold, and it did not work out there, unfortunately, on Sunday. So went 0-2 on Sunday. But I had a great week with you guys, cashing a lot of plays, having a lot of fun, and enjoying the sports betting action with you. When it was all said and done, it was plus 5.37 units. So I'd love to see that right there. All right, let's hop on to this comment section. We'll see if we can't have ourselves a fun. What's going on there, Brian? Yeah, man, it was a great call there by Tyler. Let's put that up on the screen. That coming through with a nice 3-1 banger on Saturday night in the UFC. Yeah, appreciate it. Tired of the rain. Yeah, we're getting some good Wimbledon action today, but yeah, it has been tons of rain. Obviously, rain impacting Wimbledon, rain impacting that race on Sunday down in Atlanta. Good race up until the rain. I mean, you had to be satisfied absolutely with the race. That race was so good, like it deserved a proper finish. Obviously, Kozlowski, is one of the drivers that gets kind of caught up in the, do I pit? I need to pit, but there's also rain coming. That whole dilemma, really unfortunate there by Kozlowski. He would have positioned himself after picking up the stage win there in stage 2 to have a strong finish and perhaps take a checkered flag and get on into victory lane. But the weather ruined that one, unfortunately. So that's how she goes sometimes. That's how she goes. All right. Let's talk some home run derby here for a second, and their player is going to do this tonight in Seattle at the T-Mobile ballpark there. And if you look at the dimensions of this ballpark, you try and figure out who may have an advantage, right? Is there a Yankee stadium element where there's a short porch in right field. Look at the dimensions. You get pretty much equal dimensions across the entire ballpark. So I wouldn't say there's a left-hander or a right-hander from a ballpark dimension standpoint that has an advantage. You also don't have like a Fenway. There's no real tall wall. So the dimensions check out about even. The wall height across the ballpark relatively checks out about even. So from a handedness, lefty or righty, I don't see too much at an advantage here tonight. You obviously have got 4 first-round matchups, right? There's 8 participants tonight in the Home Run Derby. You get Robert up against Rushman, Alonso up against Rodriguez. You get Mookie Betts up against Vlad Guerrero, and then Garcia there is against Arozarena. So if you look at those 4 matchups, just on the surface, like Rushman up against Robert, I don't think anybody should be at 2-1 going to this competition. And if you look at the odds, you can get Rushman there of the Baltimore Orioles at plus 200 on Barstools or Bet Rivers. I don't think anybody should be 2-1. So just on that surface alone, like I would kind of take Rushman up against Robert. And while I even live in Chicago, Robert isn't like this big, big name guy. He's relatively big in this town because I happen to live here, but outside of Chicago, this is not like, a nationally talked about guy. So for sure, at 2-1, I would probably take a stab at Rushman. Then you got Pete Alonso up against Rodriguez. I'd probably take a stab at Rodriguez at plus 145. Hometown kid, going to have the crowd obviously behind him. Obviously, Alonso's a defending champion, or maybe not defending champion, but I know he's a multi-champion of the Home Run Derby. Maybe he's a defending champion. I can't quite remember who won last year, but I do know Pete Alonso's won this thing a couple times, so he'll at least have the experience factor behind him. But Rodriguez is going to have the home crowd. You figure that's going to juice him up. So him at plus 145 looks awfully tasty right there. Mookie Betts up against Vlad Guerrero. Probably would take Vlad Guerrero. Probably would take the favorite. But would I take him at minus 215? No. Mookie Betts at plus 175, maybe a little bit more. But that one I at least do agree with. Okay, Guerrero probably is the favorite. And then Garcia up against Arozarena. I'd probably want to have Garcia. He's at minus 140. But I don't really think a big advantage between Garcia versus Arozarena. So I just wanted to have a little bit of fun today. Obviously, we weren't going to handicap any baseball today with the MLB All-Star break, so there's no payoff pitch, no hockey squirrel. There's a couple of apps where you can play home run contests. You can play one on that MLB Beat the Streak app that we've been talking about during payoff pitch, where you can win $5.6 million. That same app has a home run derby contest. So I've not gone into the app and really looked at it. I figured we would kind of look at it here for the first time together. So, of course, it's MLB Play. Go ahead and pull up that app. We're going to go ahead and do that home run challenge. Let's see what we got. See if we can't correctly predict it here together. There's also a couple DraftKings pools that you can win $5,000. Let's have a little fun and do those too while we're just sitting here hanging out. So let's do it, boys. Pull on up the app. Good morning, Tim. Appreciate you joining us. We're trying to get the app going here. So enter the bracket. That's what we'll do for a chance to win $100,000. Let's do it, boys. Chance to win $100,000. So you got to really just correctly predict the bracket. So I am going to go with Rushman there to knock off Roberts. I am going to go with Garcia to knock off Arozarena. I'll take Vlad Guerrero to beat Mookie Betts. And then I'm taking Rodriguez, hometown kid, to knock off Pete Alonso. So now you just go through the bracket here, it looks like. Again, I'm opening this app for the first time. So now we got Rushman up against Garcia. I'll take Adolis Garcia. And then you got Guerrero up against Rodriguez. I'm going to take the hometown kid. I'm going to take Rodriguez. So then that puts me Adolis Garcia up against Rodriguez in the final. Do I want the hometown kid or do I want Garcia? I'll take Garcia. So then that's it? Then you submit your picks, so that's it? Oh, no. All right, so here come the tiebreaker questions. You knew it wasn't going to be that easy to win $100,000. Which player will hit the longest home run as measured by blah, blah, blah? Enter his seed number. Okay, so who's going to hit the longest bomb? Rodriguez is going to hit the longest bomb in his own ballpark. So that would be number 7 for me because he put seed number in for the answer. So I'm going to go with Rodriguez. He's going to hit the longest bomb. What will be the distance of the longest home run hit? Well, for that one, you can actually go to the sports books if you want a little bit of help with that one. You can hop on over to DraftKings, and you can actually go to length of longest home run. They've got the over-under at 4. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Am I doing this right? Home run derby. Here we go. Longest home run, 490. So they've got it at 490.5. The under juice with the over at plus 110. So they think it's going to. They think the longest home run is going to go under 490 feet, just based on odds. So do I like that? I'll go. This is where you don't win the money. I'll go 486. It does hit the under. How many home runs will be hit? This is an interesting one. You can go on some sites and go over 274. DraftKings is at 276. Barstool is already at 279. This would be a fun one if you wanted to like try and middle it. If you wanted to like say, okay, I'll spend $5 to a chance to get a middle and obviously hit both sides of the bet. You could potentially do that because once there's a MGM that's got 274, and like I said, Barstool has got 279. So that's a 5 home run number where you can have a good little bit of a middle. Probably wouldn't cost you that much if you're interested in that. I'm going to go with these guys pushing a little bit. The under is going to hit. So I will go 271. I'm going to go 271 home runs. How many home runs will the winning player hit during the event? First round, they'll probably get 22. Then they'll back off a little bit. I'll go the winner gets like 34. I'll go 34. The winner is going to hit 34 home runs. And then enter your name. Cool. Yes, I want the $100,000. So I will enter my name. This is actually funny entering this name. So I went to a trampoline park on Saturday. Took the two boys. And before you pay the money, you got to go over to a little kiosk and you got to fill out a waiver form. And you get your address, name, and all that stuff in there. I guess, so then I go to the counter to pay. And the gentleman goes, so what's your phone number? So I can go ahead and look up your waiver form. And I was like, yeah, I don't know my phone number. I was like, I put in a fake phone number over there because I didn't want you guys calling me. He's like, okay, well, I can look you up via email. I said, yeah, I bet you could, but I didn't put it in a real email address either because, again, I didn't want you guys emailing me. I said, the only information that I put in that's factual over there is my actual name and my birth date for me and my son. Everything else is, I lied. I don't want you bastards emailing me or calling me. So that was it. That was funny. So that was it. All right, I'm in. All right, bracket entered successfully. I've got the tiebreakers in there. All right, so we've got Adolis Garcia. Let's do the ones on DraftKings now, and let's even. By the way, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we do get ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and throw up our Wimbledon bets that we're doing today. I jumped right on into the home run derby and then get to the fact that we've got 2 Wimbledon plays. One of them is already cashed. Yes, sir. Hit that like button if you already got a cash. Cash, the first bet of the day, the first bet of the week. That feels so good. We hit Medvedev on that money line as he comes through, and his opponent actually bowed out after the second set. But because they played 2 sets, you do get a cash and not a void on that leg. And then we parlay that with over 3.5 sets and Eubanks versus Tsitsipas, which last time I looked, they've been showing they've actually been yakking their mouth after this Djokovic match, and they haven't flipped it over to Eubanks. But Eubanks is up a break in the 5th set. Obviously, that means it's 2-2 if we're talking set 5, but he's up a break. He's serving. Let's get the American here, Eubanks, to go ahead and pull this off and knock off Tsitsipas. That'd be pretty remarkable. He's obviously coming off the final win over Manarino up in Morocco. Guy's just having a hell of a grass court season. Yeah, so we got a good cash right there at minus 111. And then we got another play that'll start late morning, depending on what time zone you're at. Dimitrov there on the money line. And Berrettini to win a set. Berrettini's a great dog today. His game spread is at plus 3.5. Alcaraz he's gonna have a fight. Berrettini, big, strong Italian, excellent player on grass. Should certainly take a set. Might even take 2. It might even win the whole damn thing over Alcaraz. So it's gonna be a good match. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying Wimbledon. If you haven't, hopefully you can start enjoying it today. That will certainly be a good match. Dimitrov over Rune will be Rune was actually surprised he came back yesterday against Davidovich Fokina there in that tiebreaker. I thought he was down and out, but he battled back. It's been great tennis. It's been absolutely great tennis. So, anyways, those are the 2 tennis plays we got. All right, let's go ahead now and throw up what I wanted to throw up. Let's go ahead and just toss this up on the screen. Let's do these DraftKings pools. Let's do these. There's 3 here that all involve the home run derby. Let's jump in these suckers, and we'll do them together. I'm going to do them on my phone. Oh, no, I don't want to log in. That's why I didn't want to show my information. All right, let's see if we can. So I have to do it. All right, I'll just do it on my phone. I thought I could show the bracket without showing, obviously, all my account information, but I can't. Let's do it on my phone. You guys can follow along. Let's do it. See if we can win some money on DraftKings. Anybody watching the home run derby? About a 0% chance I'll watch it. I don't want to watch it. No chance. Hopefully you guys had a nice weekend. All right, here we are. Log in. So you go to DraftKings. You go over to pools. We'll just take them in order. Like I said, there's 3 of them. We'll just start with the first one here. It's the T-Mobile All-Star Bracket Prediction. We, of course, don't want it to mirror the bracket prediction that we just did on MLB The Play. If we lose one, we don't need to lose them all. So we got to figure out where we're going to make it a little bit different. I do like Rushman over Robert. This time I'll choose a Rosarena over Garcia. I'm going to still go with the hometown boy Rodriguez over Alonso, and I'm still going to take Vlad over Mookie. So if we do the next round, you get Rushman over Rosarena, and then Rodriguez and Vlad. I'm going to do Vlad this time, and then I will stick to Rushman. And then for a winner, I'll go Vlad. Shit, this will be a year to Vlad Guerrero. So on this one, I've got Vlad. And then, okay, cool. So there's no tiebreakers. You can submit it for free. Okay, so we're in that one. All right, let's do the other one. It's another free entry. Just click it and see what you have to do here. Oh, here we go. So how many total home runs for Robert? He's going to lose in the first round. So he's going to have 11 to 20. He'll be somewhere in that 11 to 20 range. What round will Robert be eliminated in? He's going to lose in round 1. How many total home runs will Pete Alonso hit? Well, he's going against the hometown kid who's just going to absolutely shine. He's going to end up with about mid-20s, and Alonso is going to fall just short of him. He's also going to get in the 20s, though, and have 21 to 30. What round will Pete Alonso be eliminated in? He's going to lose in the first round to Rodriguez. How many total home runs will Mookie Betts hit? Mookie Betts isn't going to hit that many, to be quite honest. He's going to be 11 to 20. He's going to lose in the first round. How many home runs will Garcia hit? Garcia is also going to go to 11 to 20, but a Rosarena is going to do a lot worse than that. So he's also going to be 11 to 20. Oh, no, wait. Garcia is going to lose in the second round. A Rosarena is in the first round. There we go. And how many home runs will Vlad Guerrero hit? He's going 20. Oh, this is total home runs for Vlad. You need to go 31 to 40. Okay, now I got that right. Read that one. What round will Vlad Guerrero be eliminated in? He will win and not be eliminated. Should I? No, I will say final round. He's going to lose in the finals. Don't want this to mirror the other one. And Rodriguez will hit 21 to 30. Rodriguez is going to lose in a second. Rushman. Yeah, you're making it to the finals in this entry, buddy. Perfect. All right, let's do another one. Another one we can enter for free. Probably won't ever win $5,000, but what the hell? What the hell? What the hell, boys? All right, last one here on DraftKings. Today's obviously all really about tennis. If we go 2-0, are we actually going to bet it? I was thinking if I do go 2-0 in tennis, maybe doing some quarter unit plays. Quarter unit play on Rushman, quarter unit play on Rodriguez. Those are about the only dogs I really like in the first round. But would I go more than a quarter unit? Definitely not. There's no way. No way. Which league will win the home run derby, American or National? I'll take the American. What the hell? Will any player hit at least 30 home runs in any round? That seems like a lot. I'll go, no. Will any player hit more home runs? Oh, which player will hit more home runs in the first round? Robert, Alonso, or the same amount? It'll be Alonso. Veteran of the competition. He knows what he's doing. Which player will hit more home runs in the first round? Rodriguez, Guerrero, or same amount? It's going to go Rodriguez. He's showing up in front of the home crowd. He's going to crush. How many lower seeds will make the second round? That's 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't really know who the hell the seed numbers are. Shit, I'm hampered. That really hurts me. I'll go over 1.5. Will any player, because I know that makes sense. Will any player hit less than 10 home runs in any round? No. Nobody's going to embarrass themselves. Will the longest measured home run be at least 490 feet? That's really right on what the sportsbook's asking you, and they've got the over juiced at plus 110. So just on the odds and what have you, I'll take the under. I'm going to take the under. Probably miss it, but I'll take the under. Will Rodriguez advance to the second round? Yes. Will Alonso advance to the final round? No. And will Mookie Betts and Rutschman both lose in the first round? No. I think Rutschman's going to get it done. There we go. Another one. We get to submit it for free. All right, fellas. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I didn't really know what the hell we were going to do today. Obviously, there is no baseball to preview. I know some people will be watching the home run derby. Again, I doubt I watch it, but at least now I've got something to at least stare at my phone and see if that works out. Maybe if we go 2-0 in Wimbledon, I'll be inclined to maybe add some quarter unit plays, but who really knows? Who really knows? All right, fellas. 1 over 5 units last week when we won money. 5 of those 7 days. At one point, we had a 5-day win streak. We look to kick off another winning streak today. If we go 2-0 in tennis, obviously we will do that. We will need to go 2-0 at this point to pull a profit. At this point, if we were to go 1-1, we will not be able to profit. We'll lose like 0.1 units or maybe 0.09 units or something like that. We'll be down just very, very minimal. But I don't expect that to happen. I expect us, when we sit here tomorrow, we're going to be able to ring that cash register. Speaking about tomorrow, what will the shows look like this week? I would say just stay tuned to Twitter and in terms of like show announcement. There's obviously no baseball until Friday. There is an All-Star game tomorrow. I can't imagine putting any of my money on the All-Star game. But I still think we should sit here. We got tennis involved tomorrow. We can, of course, recap today's action tomorrow, talk about Wimbledon tomorrow, see if maybe we bet Wimbledon like we did today. As far as a Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know. Let's just take it day by day and just kind of see. Wimbledon will kind of maybe guide us on whether or not we have a show based on if we have Wimbledon played. So, all right, just stay tuned to Twitter, announcing these shows there. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter because I'm, of course, going to give out any bets there first. Therefore, we can all get the same lines. We're on a holding thing till today. But hop on Dimitrov on that money line. Hop on Berrettini to win at least a set. Maybe you sprinkle the money line at plus 315. If you were to sprinkle the money line at plus 15, I can tell you, you will not be alone on that sprinkle. All right, fellas, enjoy your Monday. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you guys have a good start to your week, and we'll hang out with you guys again tomorrow. Enjoy the action. Enjoy the derby tonight. See you guys.